What is the strangest or most surprising way you have ever been injured? I'm asking you watching this. Leave a comment below and let me know, because I just bruised myself washing a cereal bowl and I honestly never saw that coming. It has been a while since I put out my last review, and yes, I will announce the winner of the giveaway. Let's just do that now. Congratulations to you. So all you have to do is shoot me a message on YouTube, or yeah, shoot me a message on YouTube, because then I know which account it was sent from. That makes a lot of sense. It's been a while since that last video. I started back my university classes, so I haven't had much time, and I have some time now, so I'm gonna try and crank out what I can, and I'll try and stay updated on the reviews as much as possible, because I have a lot to get to. Toronto Juice Jam was this summer, August 27th if I'm not mistaken, and I haven't put up any content about that. I want you guys to see how it was, because it was an awesome day. It was like 40 Canadian e-liquid vendors. People were coming from Ottawa, Vancouver, Montreal, all over the place, and it was just all contained into one parking lot, kind of like a farmer's market. It was a really great time, and I do have video of that, so I will be making one and uploading it some point in the near future. I have a bunch of reviews to get to. The one I'm reviewing today is the FreeMax Starre Pure. So it happened. If you watch my other reviews where I've recently been reviewing the 24mm stuff, I said I didn't want a 25mm tank or dripper or whatever because they're just too damn big. I don't have a mod that fits 25mm. This is the closest I can get, and still there's a bit of overhang. So it's just, I didn't want it, but I actually kind of like this. So what is it? 25mm Subohm tank. Let's go through what you get in the box. So you get their standard metal drip tip stainless steel that comes with everything, it seems. They annoy me because on all of these drip tips there's a little white line of Delrin from the insulation on the drip tip, and I've mentioned it before. Yes, it's great that they insulate the heat so your drip tip doesn't get hot, your mouth doesn't burn. It just looks so annoying. Below that you can see the airflow is in the top. It's really smooth. It doesn't have the clickiness that FreeMax stuff used to have, and that's kind of disappointing, but I mean, I don't have a problem with it. It doesn't really move by itself. And it's kind of interesting how the airflow works. It actually goes right underneath the coil from the top. It goes down and right underneath the coil, and that brings some really good flavor, but the coils bring some good flavor too. You do get juice flow control, but it doesn't make much sense because the inner chamber of where the coil is not enclosed at all. It's basically just open to all the juice, so it soaks in. So turning the juice flow doesn't make a huge difference, at least it hasn't for me. If you know any different, let me know. At the bottom you get your 510 pin, and that's about it for the outside of the tank. I mean, it's a big tank. I believe it's 5 mils of juice that it holds, so it's decent. I do find myself refilling it quite a bit, because even on the 0.55 ohm coil, we'll talk about the coils in a bit, even with this one I have to vape it at 45 watts to get a really good vape. And you can see with the amount of vapor that it makes, it goes through liquid pretty quickly. So the coils are interesting. You get a casing of ceramic that doesn't really have a purpose as far as I can tell. It's basically, instead of your average stainless steel body that houses the coil, it's ceramic. Inside of that is where you get your average coil. There's a kanthal wire, I believe. I don't think it's stainless steel. It might be though. I'll double check. And then you get cotton right around it. So it's actually a relatively small coil for how big this tank is, and I like that. It makes you hold more liquid and it's more contained. You can close down that chamber a bit and get really good flavor. Now, it comes with a 0.25 ohm coil and a 0.5 ohm coil. I'm using the 0.5 now because I used the 0.25. I think I actually threw it out, my bad. It looks exactly the same though, and I actually really prefer the 0.25. I find the flavor is way better. I was vaping it at 60 watts, which is quite a lot, but I mean, it vaped how I wanted it to vape at 60 watts, so that's what I stuck with. The flavor was incredible off that coil. The only juice I have used in this tank, as far as I can remember, I might have switched it once or twice, but the only juice really I've been using in it is Orangs by 12 Monkeys. And if you've been watching this channel for any amount of time, that is my favorite liquid of all time. And it just tastes so damn good in this. That is one of the only liquids I think that makes me like Subohm tanks, because the flavor that comes through is, it's fruity, but it's still got that creamy and wheaty aspect to it. It's just light, refreshing, and it's just so good. The 0.5 coil has good flavor too. It's just nowhere near as good as the 0.25 in my opinion, but it's doing the trick. Since I was using Orangs, which is quite a sweet flavor, it destroys coils, but it's worth it. And I'm vaping this at such high power, creating so much vapor, going through a lot of liquid. The coils don't last that long, at least it didn't for me. I think on the 0.25 I got 6 days out of it, which is not bad. I mean, 7 is the average for me, but I mean, I would have liked if it lasted a lot longer because I only got 2 coils. This coil is starting to run out of flavor now as well, so I figured I'd do the review before I can't use it. But yeah, that's basically it. The size is going to be a subjective con, the looks are going to be a subjective con. The airflow I think is a pro, because you don't really notice its top airflow, although it does sound kind of turbulent if you can hear it. It's a really loud tank, but I like the fact that it doesn't leak unless, you know, if you leave it on the side it might. I haven't had that happen, and upside down there's the potential because it's top airflow, right? But for the most part, hasn't leaked on me. Gravity is not going to make it leak basically, and that's a pro to me. I've seen the coils on Fastech, I think it was, for like 10 US. I think I'm gonna buy a pack because those 0.25s Orangs just taste so good in there, and I want to vape that forever until a better, smaller Subohm tank comes out that I will use and get and vape Orangs in and get that same flavor. Actually, as far as the flavor goes, I find the flavor is similar to the Atlantis too. Obviously, I haven't put this through all the paces because I've mainly been vaping Orangs, but it tastes so good in here that I haven't wanted to change it. And it tastes very similar to when I first tried Orangs in the Atlantis 2, and I just loved it. So yeah, that's about it. I mean, the cons, the real true cons, there aren't really any that I can think of off the top of my head. It's an average great Subohm tank, if that makes any sense. It's averagely built, average engineering, I guess. It's maybe slightly better than average engineering, but when it comes to that turbulent airflow, maybe not. But it's great because it does what it's supposed to do. It does as advertised, and the flavor is good, and clearly the vapor is good too. How much this is gonna cost, I have zero idea, but until then, I have one to give away. This is a black one, completely sealed. I haven't opened it up or anything. You can kind of see it there. It's cool. I think it looks kind of good in black, but I generally like to give away the black because most people prefer it, and I don't really care at this point. So yeah. Instructions will be in the description how to win this giveaway. It's going to be exactly the same as the last one. Just keep in mind that I can't send the stuff to the States apparently, because that sucks. And if you are anywhere else, I'm gonna ask you to pay half the shipping because I want to cover some of it because it's a giveaway, but that shit gets expensive. So yeah, that's about it. Any questions about it, leave a comment below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. All that stuff that helps support this channel. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again soon.